What's going on, boys and girls from across the world? It's your man, Mikey Bud, and today I want to show some TLC to all my beginner yogis, beginner exercises, anybody who's just trying to get a little bit more flexibility and start some stretching. Here's a good routine that I usually like to do in the morning and at night, not only so I wake up the next morning not feeling sore, but also so you could get a great night's sleep. Let's go ahead and get started. So I like to start my morning routine always by doing a plank. It's not necessarily a stretch, but it's a great way to build strength, especially if you are trying to get a little bit stronger, not just flexible. So make sure that you spread the fingers wide, there's no space between your hand and the ground, your feet are pulled back, toes tucked, hips low, and shoulders stacked over the wrists. The goal is to try to get this for about 1 minute, but again, you could always build your way up since you are just beginning. Next, I like to do cactus arms with a strap. If you don't have a strap, I recommend a dog leash or a belt, anything that's not going to snap real quick. Bring it up over the head and then pull the elbows back so you're in a nice cactus shape, keeping the strap behind your head, and you're just going to pull apart here. From here, you could bring it up, straight arms, and do a little side bend to the right and a side bend to the left. Finally, for my morning routine, just a simple forward bend. So hinging from your hips, you're going to come all the way down to your toes, and we want to stay here for about a minute, just like our plank. And again, don't stress so much if you're not touching the toes yet. You want to try to anchor yourself so you lean forward, all right? So remember, you got to shift the weight forward towards the front of the body, so that way you can get the most hamstring engagement here. Now, when it comes to the evening stretches, I basically like to counter all the activity that we've done throughout the day, including sitting for hours at a time, texting, driving, anything that rounds off our shoulders, especially being at a computer desk most of the day. So one of the first stretches I like doing is an eagle cross. Left arm goes on top of the right bicep. Once you wrap the forearms, you're going to try to connect the palms facing in towards each other, and then do a little squeeze between the hands and the elbows so that way you can feel the space opening up in your back. If that feels like it's too much, or again, you're just starting off, you can start with one arm across the body and just giving a little pull there. Now, one of the best stretches to not only counter eagle, but counter all the activity we've done throughout the day is simply putting a hand up against the wall and then rotating your body in the opposite direction to stretch the inside of that shoulder and your chest muscles. Again, we want to try to hold everything for about 30 seconds to a minute. And as you start to progress, get more used to it. It feels more, I shouldn't say comfortable, because we don't want to be comfortable the entire time. That's the point of stretching. But at least if you could start to build up to 2 minutes, that would be the goal. Make sure that you get both arms. And again, you could either bend the elbow, putting the hand up against the wall with the forearm, or just straight up the hand against the wall. Start rotating in the opposite direction. Make sure that your thoracic spine, aka your upper body, is the one twisting with your face. You're not just turning your torso. Making our way down to the ground, probably the most vital stretch for you to do in the evening is a figure four. And this is to help your hips after sitting all day. So lying back, you're going to place one ankle on top of the opposite thigh and then pull that thigh in. Try to keep the foot that's up flexed, just so you can protect your knee that way. Same thing with the foot that's on top of the opposite thigh. Spend about a minute each leg here. And if you notice that one side is tighter than the other, for example, my left side I know for a fact is tighter, I'm going to spend a little bit longer here. And the other thing to remember is as we pull one knee in, the opposite knee shifts away. That's what helps to open the hip even more. Finally, we take our dog leash, our strap, whatever we've got again, and we finish with a hamstring stretch. So lying back, you're going to place the strap around the ball of the foot. First, extend the leg. Don't lock the knee out, but get a full extension here. And then gradually start to bring it closer and closer in towards your nose. Don't forget to switch legs. Spend some time doing this, and little by little, just make notes of how close it is. Pick spots on the ceiling, notice where your foot is there, and then see if in a week it changes and you get closer and closer. So friends, again, these are just some of my favorite stretches and things to do when I first wake up or before I go to bed. There's a whole glossary, and as you start to build the practice, you're going to find the things that work for you best. But if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, a comment, or share it with someone you love. I'll see you next time for the next workout. Peace.